As the sun began to set on the small town of Willow Creek, a young girl named Lily made her way home from the local library, her backpack filled with books and her mind filled with wonder. She had spent the afternoon reading about far-off lands and magical creatures, and she couldn't wait to tell her grandmother all about it. As she walked, the trees seemed to grow taller and the shadows deeper, but Lily wasn't afraid. She had grown up in this town and knew every street and every house by heart. She turned the corner onto her street, and her eyes landed on the old Victorian house that had been in her family for generations. Her grandmother, Granny Rose, was sitting on the porch, shelling peas and watching the sunset. Lily ran up the steps and threw her arms around her grandmother's neck. "Granny, I had the best day ever," she exclaimed. Granny Rose smiled and hugged her tight. "I'm so glad, sweetie. What happened?" Lily sat down beside her and began to tell her all about the books she had read, the stories she had imagined, and the adventures she had planned. As they talked, the stars began to twinkle in the sky, and the crickets started to chirp. Granny Rose listened with a warm smile, her eyes sparkling with delight. When Lily finally ran out of breath, Granny Rose put down her peas and took Lily's hand. "I have a surprise for you, sweetie," she said. "Follow me." She led Lily into the house, through the kitchen and into the backyard. There, in the center of the lawn, was an old-fashioned carousel, its horses and swings gleaming in the moonlight. Lily's eyes widened in amazement. "Granny, it's beautiful," she exclaimed. Granny Rose smiled. "I had it brought in special, just for you. Would you like to ride it?" Lily nodded, and Granny Rose helped her onto one of the horses. As the carousel began to turn, Lily felt like she was flying, the wind in her hair and the stars shining down on her. She laughed and spun, feeling free and happy. When the ride finally stopped, Lily hugged her grandmother tight. "Thank you, Granny. This has been the best night ever." Granny Rose smiled and kissed her forehead. "I'm so glad you liked it, sweetie. Now, let's go inside and have some hot chocolate. I have a story to tell you, one that's been passed down in our family for generations." As they sat on the couch, sipping their hot chocolate and listening to Granny Rose's story, Lily felt like she was a part of something special, something that connected her to her family and to the past. The story was about a young girl, not much older than Lily, who had lived in the same house many years ago. She had been a brave and curious girl, always exploring the woods and the creek, and always getting into mischief. But one day, she had stumbled upon a magical secret, one that had changed her life forever. As Granny Rose told the story, Lily's eyes grew wide with wonder. She felt like she was right there with the girl, exploring the woods and discovering the secret. When the story finally ended, Lily looked up at her grandmother with tears in her eyes. "Granny, that was the most beautiful story I've ever had," she said. Granny Rose smiled and hugged her tight. "I'm so glad you liked it, sweetie. Remember, you come from a long line of brave and curious girls, and you have a special gift inside of you, just waiting to be discovered." As Lily drifted off to sleep that night, she felt like she was filled with a sense of wonder and possibility. She knew that she would always cherish the memory of this special night, and that she would always be grateful for her grandmother's love and guidance. And as she fell asleep, she smiled, knowing that she would always have the magic of her family's stories and traditions to guide her on her own journey through life. The clock struck 9, marking the end of a perfect hour, filled with love, wonder, and the magic of storytelling. As the days went by, Lily found herself thinking more and more about the story her grandmother had told her. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was something special about her, something that set her apart from the other kids in town. She began to explore the woods and the creek, just like the girl in the story, and she started to notice strange things. The trees seemed to lean in when she walked by, as if they were trying to listen to her thoughts. The flowers seemed to bloom brighter when she was near, and the animals seemed to gather around her, as if they were trying to tell her something. Lily felt like she was discovering a whole new world, one that was hidden just beneath the surface of the everyday world she knew. She started to spend more and more time in the woods, exploring and experimenting, and she began to develop a sense of wonder and awe that she had never felt before. One day, as she was walking through the woods, she stumbled upon a hidden clearing. In the center of the clearing was a beautiful tree, its branches twisted and gnarled with age. Lily felt drawn to the tree, as if it was calling to her. She reached out a hand and touched the trunk, and suddenly she was flooded with visions and images. She saw the girl from her grandmother's story, standing in the same clearing, feeling the same sense of wonder and awe. She saw the generations of women who had come before her, each one passing down the stories and traditions that had been passed down to her. And she saw herself, standing in the clearing, feeling the power and magic that flowed through the tree. Lily felt like she was being initiated into a secret world, one that was hidden from the rest of the world. She felt like she was being given a gift, one that would allow her to see and experience things that others couldn't. As she stood there, feeling the power of the tree, she knew that she would never be the same again. She had been changed by the experience, and she had been given a new perspective on the world. She felt like she could see the magic that flowed through everything, and she felt like she could tap into it whenever she wanted. Over the next few weeks, Lily found herself using her newfound powers to help those around her. She used her intuition to help her friends and family, and she used her connection to nature to heal the plants and animals that lived in the woods. She felt like she was making a difference, and she felt like she was living up to her potential. And as she looked up at the stars at night, she knew that she was not alone. She was part of a long line of women who had come before her, each one passing down the stories and traditions that had been passed down to her. She felt like she was connected to something bigger than herself, something that transcended time and space. And she knew that she would always be guided by the magic of the tree and the love of her grandmother. As the months went by, Lily grew stronger and more confident. She started to share her gifts with others, teaching them about the magic of the tree and the power of nature. And as she did, she found that she was making a real difference in the world. People were coming to her for help, and she was able to provide it. She was healing the sick, comforting the grieving, and inspiring those who had lost their way. And as she looked out at the world, she knew that she had found her true calling. She was a healer, a teacher, and a guardian of the natural world. And she knew that she would always be guided by the magic of the tree and the love of her grandmother. The clock struck 10, marking the end of another perfect hour, filled with wonder, magic, and the power of nature. And as Lily drifted off to sleep, she smiled, knowing that she would always be connected to the natural world, and that she would always be guided by the love and wisdom of her grandmother. The stars shone brightly in the sky, and the moon cast a silver glow over the woods, as Lily's heart filled with joy and wonder, knowing that she had found her true place in the world. And as the night wore on, the magic of the tree spread out, touching the hearts of all those around her, filling them with a sense of wonder and a deep connection to the natural world. The world was a brighter, more magical place, and Lily was at the center of it all, shining like a star, guiding and inspiring all those around her. As the years passed, Lily's reputation as a healer and a guardian of the natural world spread far and wide. People came from all over to seek her help, and she was always happy to oblige. She spent her days tending to the plants and animals of the forest, and her nights sharing her wisdom and knowledge with those who sought it. And as she worked, she felt the magic of the tree growing stronger and stronger, guiding her and empowering her to do her work. One day, a young girl named Sophia came to visit Lily, seeking her help and guidance. Sophia was a shy and timid girl who felt lost and alone in the world. She had heard of Lily's remarkable gifts and had come to seek her counsel. Lily welcomed Sophia into her home and listened as she told her story. As Sophia spoke, Lily felt the magic of the tree stirring within her, guiding her to see the deepest wounds and fears that lay within Sophia's heart. And with compassion and kindness, Lily began to heal those wounds, using her gifts to bring light and love into Sophia's life. As the days passed, Sophia grew stronger and more confident, and Lily watched with pride as she blossomed into a beautiful and capable young woman. And as Sophia prepared to leave, Lily gave her a special gift, a small crystal that had been imbued with the magic of the tree. "This crystal will guide you and protect you," Lily said, "and remind you of the love and wisdom that lies within you. Remember, you are never alone, and you are always connected to the natural world and to the magic that flows through it." Sophia left Lily's home with a sense of wonder and awe, feeling seen and heard and understood in a way that she never had before. And as she walked away, Lily smiled, knowing that she had passed on the gift of the tree to another generation, and that Sophia would carry the magic of the tree with her always. The years went by, and Sophia grew into a powerful and wise woman, using her gifts to heal and protect the natural world. And as she walked, she felt the magic of the tree guiding her, empowering her to do her work. And when she had children of her own, she passed on the crystal to them, telling them the story of Lily and the magic of the tree. And so the story was passed down, from generation to generation, a reminder of the power and wisdom of the natural world and the magic that lies within it. And as the generations passed, the magic of the tree grew stronger and stronger, touching the hearts of all those who came into contact with it. And Lily's legacy lived on, a reminder of the power of love and compassion, and the magic that flows through the natural world. The clock struck 11, marking the end of another perfect hour, filled with wonder, magic, and the power of the natural world. And as the night wore on, the magic of the tree spread out, touching the hearts of all those around it, filling them with a sense of wonder, and a deep connection to the natural world. The world was a brighter, more magical place, and Lily's legacy was a shining beacon of hope and inspiration, guiding and empowering all those who sought to make a difference in the world. And as the stars shone brightly in the sky, Lily's spirit smiled, knowing that her work was done, and that the magic of the tree would live on forever, a reminder of the power and wisdom of the natural world. The moon cast a silver glow over the forest, and the trees stood tall and proud, their branches swaying gently in the breeze as the magic of the tree pulsed through them, a reminder of the deep connection that exists between all living things. And in the midst of it all, Lily's heart remained, a symbol of the love and compassion that had guided her throughout her life, and a reminder of the magic that lies within us all, waiting to be discovered and shared with the world. Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque village nestled between two great mountains, there lived a young girl named Sophia, with a heart full of love and a spirit that shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Sophia's life was a beautiful tapestry woven with the threads of kindness, compassion, and generosity, and as she grew up, her love for the world and its people only deepened. She spent her days helping her mother in their small bakery, where the aroma of freshly baked bread wafted through the streets, enticing the villagers with its warmth and comfort. Sophia's smile could light up the darkest of rooms, and her laughter was contagious, spreading joy to all who heard it. One day, while delivering a basket of bread to the village elder, Sophia met a young man named Alexander, who had just arrived in the village, seeking refuge from the wars that had ravaged his homeland. As their eyes met, Sophia felt an inexplicable sense of connection, as if their hearts were beating in unison, and Alexander, too, felt an overwhelming sense of belonging, as if he had finally found a home. As they spent more time together, Sophia and Alexander's love blossomed, and they would spend hours walking through the rolling hills, hand in hand, talking about their dreams, aspirations, and the beauty of the world around them. The villagers, who had grown to love Sophia like a daughter, welcomed Alexander with open arms, and soon, he became an integral part of their community. As the years passed, Sophia and Alexander's love continued to grow, and they built a life together, filled with love, laughter, and adventure. They traveled to distant lands, exploring new cultures, meeting new people, and learning new things, but no matter where they went, their love for each other remained the constant, the guiding force that kept them grounded and strong. They faced countless challenges, overcame unimaginable obstacles, and weathered many storms, but through it all, their love remained the beacon that illuminated their path, the safe haven where they could always find peace, comfort, and solace. And as they grew old together, Sophia and Alexander's love became a legend, a testament to the power of true love, a reminder to all who knew them that love can conquer even the darkest of times, and that with love, anything is possible. Even in their old age, Sophia and Alexander's love remained strong, a burning flame that continued to warm the hearts of all who knew them, and as they sat on their porch, watching the sunset, holding hands, and looking back on their life, they knew that their love would live on, a legacy that would continue to inspire, to uplift, and to guide future generations, a shining reminder of the transformative power of love, a love that had changed them, had changed the world around them, and had created a ripple effect of kindness, compassion, and generosity that would continue to spread, a never-ending wave of love that would